It's drafting under the influence to
Oh yeah, baby. We are back. DUI week 11 in the books. Samson, commissioner, myself, and we expect Jeff to jump in any minute, hopefully. What is cracking? How we doing?
I would love to give you the quick and sweet. Yeah, I'm doing well, but no, I'm not, man. I'm burning inside. Not very happy. Mm-hmm.
So the Smoke Daddy puts up almost 110 points and then plays the top scorer of the week.
Yeah.
That is that, my friends, is why Alex Ortiz says it's all luck. It's all luck. Samson, you're now 3-8. You made a significant amount of moves that were forced, some not forced. Joe Burrow out for the season. So now well, let's start there. You're already mad, right? You're already like, I'm having a tough year. You know, I was confident in my team, but the reality is the reality. And then Thursday Night Football comes around, and we're all excited because it's Bengals-Ravens, finally a good primetime game. And Joe Burrow, tears every ligament in his throwing wrist that you can, and he's out for the year. Talk us through it.
Grip a ball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't even watching the game. I was at Leo's soccer practice, and I'm just, I checked my phone like on the way, like on the walk to the car after practice, and I'm saying, "Ooh, Burrow out, whatever," and I'm like, "What happened? I need the 411." And then I get home, put it on. Of course, that highlight of him tossing the ball, little screen pass, a little 3-yard pass that he threw, and then just going to the ground in pain. And I'm like, oof, that doesn't look good. And you put in all caps, Doc says nerve damage.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oof, that sounds like surgery to me.
Yeah, he was sending texts to us and messages to us, and I was like, what is that? You know, like everyone is now familiar. If you're a football fan, you're familiar with ACL, MCL, PCA, high ankle. You know, everyone knows fracture. And when he said whatever the fuck he said, I was like, that sounds bad. You know, like that, the official term of it all sounded terrible. And then I was like, oh, Samson has Joe Burrow. Like, it kind of didn't even hit me. I just sent it to the thread. I kind of just didn't put 2 and 2 together. And when you saw nerve damage, did I freak you out, or were you already freaked out?
Both.
Yeah.
You just confirmed my freak out,
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know, the medical world in any way, shape, or form, but
yeah,
I know what nerve damage is. Hey, look at whose job this.
We're just in the middle of
folks?
We're just in the middle of Samson's Thursday Night Football recap. You know, Joe Burrow.
Is there a PowerPoint involved, or did I miss that?
No, sorry, you joined a little too late. No, I could definitely go through it again.
No. I'll catch up.
No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. So, anywho, Samson, Jeff, we just said that he is now 3-8, and fairly significantly lucky that Alex didn't pull through on Monday Night Football. If Marquez Valdez-Scantling catches that touchdown pass, I don't really know if that. I think that would have put him over the top. So Alex,
it would have.
Yeah. So Samson is 3-8. He's commiserating about Joe Burrow, and just when he thought his luck couldn't get any worse, he plays the top scorer of the week in Adan, who dropped 125. Which, by the way, 125, a very low scorer of the week. Feels like
a very low top scorer.
Very low top scorer. Exactly. That felt a little low, but still, nonetheless, That's who Samson played. Adon now 6-5, getting healthy. Kyron Williams coming back now for him. Gus Edwards is on the bench for him. So that's where we're at.
Ouch. Listen, man, like hey, look, hold on real quick. You said I forgot what episode it was, that you're just going to roll with your team. You had full confidence in your team, and that you were just going to make do. Now, I don't necessarily know if that was indicative of no movement, no trades. I won't be so bold as to say that that's not what you meant, but you did. You made some trades, and you traded away. You traded away an asset. Now you traded away Kyler Murray. You made a PowerPoint about the guy that you traded away, which now in retrospect I realize was a very smart, calculated move. And you were playing chess, and I was over here thinking in checkers. But now, well, now you're kind of screwed in the quarterback position.
Well, I'm not, because I have Tua Tagovailoa, so I'm actually in a pretty good shape. And
Okay.
but let me tell you, my position was that I was going to ride with my team. Had Joe Burrow not gotten hurt, I would have written my team off into the sunset. But injuries aside, obviously I didn't give you guys that asterisk. Injury would definitely change my perspective and my plan. So it was never in my plan to execute any trade other than to get rid of one of my star quarterbacks.
Quite honestly, dude. Quite honestly, I thought that you would have traded off Burrow instead of Kyler Murray. Your PowerPoint aside, I thought that his receiving, the receiving position was going to make Kyler a stronger candidate on your roster than Joe Burrow. Quite honestly,
of course, and I would have. I said Burrow was on the block, but folks wanted Murray. So what I got to give the people.
Well, I mean, you sold Kyler. You didn't make a PowerPoint for Joe Burrow, now did you?
No, I did not, because I didn't need to. Everybody knows Joe Burrow. Kyler Murray, I feel like you guys all forgot about him, so I had to.
Yeah, Joe Burrow was healthy for what, like 10 seconds this year. By the time he finally started kicking it up, he then goes out for the year. So, hey, it
is what it is.
Let's not spend all podcasts on it, on the lamenting of what could, should have been. The point is, you're 3-8. Which is still feels to me like I don't know if Alex will ever get to 3, but because we go over there now, and yes, he almost got the win. Yes, but he was playing Diego, who himself is not putting up points on the reg, and he loses 91 to 86.4. Falls to 2-9. Diego 7-4. If you talk to Diego, he's back. The Packers are back. They're on their way to the postseason, and they can't be stopped. If you look at reality and points for, I think we all know Diego's team is not necessarily a strong one, and he's significantly, by miles, had the fewest points scored against them this year. He's not even at 1,000 points scored against this year. But there we are. Diego 7-4. Alex 2-9.
Well, he is.
I don't know.
Last season, highest, the lowest points in a win this week is Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Diego and reality have ever been legitimately in a sentence together that makes
what's that
any
saying?
sort of.
What's that saying? Name a better duo. That's not Diego. Like Diego and reality. You don't. Yeah.
Yep. But hey, look, he is where he is. He's out there, according to AJ, enjoying a crisp, cold beer out of the BB race. And that might be true. I don't know. I didn't crunch those numbers, but it might be that he is out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7-4. We now have 2 guys at 7-4, Victor and Diego. That they're probably, by all means, good to go on that. I would say. They are official, Samson?
Official.
Are the 6-5 guys good or no?
If you have 6 wins, you're officially in the clear. Like, there's no chance. So,
congratulations to AJ, Alan, Diego, Victor. You will not be wearing a dress in 2000 or whatever. You're not the beer bitch in 2024. Congratulations.
All
It
right.
was a
Okay.
celebration
Okay.
check, just
Yeah.
like that.
Just like
Be
that.
men.
So
Okay. Well,
now,
listen.
so
Here we
so
go.
I should have altered the beer bitch graphic and put everybody else in then, because you guys are still possible. Jeff, Davel, Oscar, Richard, Danny. I mean, maybe not reality, but Dante, Jeff. I mean, not Jeff, not you twice. Samson and Alex. But if you're 6-5 and better, you're good. You're good to go.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still
Yeah.
nerve-wracking. I'm
I
glad that
bet.
it's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be
I'm
boring
actually
if it
not that
wasn't.
scared. I'm actually
Right.
not that scared, but I'm glad that it is a talking point, and that
Mm-hmm.
that somewhere on the back of the napkin math that
Mm-hmm.
it could be me.
Mm-hmm.
When Samson changes his face. Oh, did he drop
Yeah.
out?
I think he
Yeah.
dropped out. Yeah.
Look, I'm not scared. Look, I've been saying it at nauseum for 3 weeks, maybe more. You don't have to be faster than the fucking slow, like the bear, dude. You got to be
Mm-hmm.
faster than the slowest thing. Look,
Mm-hmm.
Ortiz, bless his goddamn soul, because he's taking it on the chin. I don't know how he escapes this, and if he does escape it, what? He's in a grappling match with Samson. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Me neither. Yeah. Me neither. I don't think that there is you know, I don't think that there's necessarily a favorite between the two. Would people prefer it to be Alex or prefer it to be Samson? I don't think there's a preference.
No,
It's like,
I do.
hey,
I do. I do.
you think so? What do
Oh
you
yeah,
think it
I think
is?
Samson for sure.
Yeah, I
Why the
agree. I was
hell
just trying
wouldn't
to,
you want it to be? Why the hell wouldn't you want it to be the commissioner if you're anybody else in the running?
because I don't
Oh,
want the
thanks. That's what I
commissioner to
wanted to.
possibly resign as being commissioner because he's forced to be the beer bitch in his own league.
You have to
Man,
lead the league.
Samson's game. Samson, buddy,
Yeah,
I love you. You're game. He's a game.
yeah.
He's a game player. I don't think that that's going to push him to not do that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that, like, if I were to put my fantasy goggles on and be like, who does everybody want to see as a beer bitch between Alex Ortiz and Samson? It's got to be
Mhm.
Samson, and it's actually like a backhanded compliment to Samson because he's won it already. He's won it twice. Like, why
Mhm.
wouldn't you want that guy to be the beer bitch? Samson,
Yeah.
I love you, but it is one of those things where, like, of course they're rooting for the guy, as you should. You should be rooting for the good guy, the 2-time champ, to wear that dress. I mean, I would love to see anybody other than me wear a dress.
Me too.
But if I had to choose between the whole league, it's not Samson or Ortiz. But in the current runnings, I probably want to see Samson because it's just like it's just one of those things. If I would have won twice, people would have wanted to see me in a dress. Like, that's just what
Also,
it is.
There's
I'm
somebody else in the running. You guys
yes.
are aware, right?
Yes.
But we were talking specifically about the bottom two.
Yeah. At the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, we
Yeah,
know
it was a
Dante's
third
very
person.
alive and well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
let's not
also,
get it twisted. Dante is the number
yeah.
one. Dante is number one.
Yeah, everybody would want Dante to go from winning this thing in his first year. And we said it on this show already. What you guys collectively all did to him during his trial run, I've never seen like sharks circle blood so quickly. Like it was like straight out of, like, I don't know if Hunger Games is the right thing, but there was never a discussion beforehand. Hey, when Dante goes, we'll all go fucking nuts and destroy his trial run. Like, no, it
Yep.
just everybody hated him in that moment collectively. And of course, if anybody could choose for someone to be the beer bitch, it's Dante.
He did
100%.
himself.
Yeah.
When he flexed and then fell into the planner right before he
Mhm.
started, that was it. That was
Yeah.
the trigger for everybody to just laugh at his face.
Yeah.
And
Bro,
fuck.
But that would require
it was
Alex to
awesome.
win 2 more games this year.
That's not
He
happening.
has a
Eh.
winnable. He has a winnable game this week,
That's what you guys said this last week.
and he almost did. He had a winnable game, and he almost won. He almost
Winnable,
beat
but
Diego.
he lost.
Yeah. I'm just saying, He
Okay, I
has
just want to
another
say,
one of those type of games that he can win.
Yeah.
but
fair
I
enough.
want to say for the record, there's 3 regular season weeks remaining, and Alex would need to win 2 of them, and Dante would have to lose all of them. Just
Mhm.
for Alex to double his wins in 3 weeks, that's a monumental thing. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud here in
I
reality.
agree.
It could happen.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely it could happen, but I could have gone to Vegas and won $1 million on the tables, and I didn't. That's kind of like it's not going to happen.
Sir, did you even play the slots?
No, I learned my lesson in the bachelor party when I went 0
Yeah.
for 3. Yeah, I was
I'll
like, let
say
me put
this.
this money and put it at the bar and not waste it completely. Let me at
Look,
least drink it.
Look,
look,
I'm not
let me
shameful.
just put it out. Let me just put it out there for the record because everybody knows it. It's not a secret. Dante, we all want you to lose, and it's not because we don't like you. It's that you came in hot, you won the championship, and then realized that you shouldn't have been that sober in the first place.
Yeah.
Now you get to see what the DUI draft is all about. It all goes
Mhm.
down. It all goes back to what this league is about. And I take honor when I'm telling everybody around, when I'm talking about this league to everybody, I take honor in that the difficulty, the X factor, is that you have no control over like the amount of uh the drunkenness. Let's say you have no
Mhm.
control over the decisions that you're going to be made when it comes to draft time, and that's what makes it so chaotic. And I love that because on a sober drafting day, it's luck. Now factor in just complete drunken debauchery into it, and you've just completely elevated the game. And that's what I love about
Mhm.
our fucking league. So as much as we all give each other shit about like, oh, you were stupid and you didn't make this fucking right, I can't believe you picked him. Let's all remember that we all fucked up. AJ was missing a tooth. Dante was fucking basically a plant in your fucking in the soil that night. Everybody like it was just so crazy.
He left his
Yeah,
insides in my hallway.
that's true. And also, but to go back to the bottom 2 guys, I think AJ I think AJ speaks for the league when AJ would benefit personally the most of Alex having to be, for karmic reasons. Alex putting on the dress, you would think AJ's rooting for Alex. But when AJ says Samson for the win, that speaks volumes, and everybody else's opinion is null. Samson for the win.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
But
get it twisted.
but
I understand.
everybody likes a good comeback story, dog. So if
Mm-hmm.
Samson, if you can like honestly, dude, when AJ kind of like popped out of his horrible standings, I loved it, dude. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it with every ounce of my soul. I was like, cool, dude. And if you do the same thing, Samson, fucking A. If Alex does the same thing, cool. I think right now we all just want to make sure that everything's interesting. And I don't know how many seasons we've had where it's been this interesting and so sporadic and chaotic. I think this is the first season in a long time that I can remember that holy shit, nothing is predictable.
Hmm. Well, let's keep it moving because Samson's on a time crunch today. So we just talked about the Alex and Samson's losses. We'll just keep going reverse order today. Why not? Let's go over to Dante. I'm trying to find his matchup. Who did he play this week? I just saw it was the Romero Bowl 2.3 4.0. I don't know how many Romero Bowls we get per year now, but Danny comes through, gets a win. He won 101 to 86.6 and a half. Obviously, Dante, the storyline going in there. He traded away the good Rams wide receiver and kept the hurt Rams wide receiver because Cooper Kupp leaves the game, scores 1 point for him. Jahmyr Gibbs, though, does put up 18.5 points. I don't know if that makes Samson sad or not, but still,
It
that
should.
is what happened. Travis Kelce had a decent game. That fumble probably would have made a difference. Maybe. I don't really know. But that's football. He loses. He's now 4-7. Danny 5-6. Thoughts here, fellas?
You know, I both of these guys. I made trades with each of these guys this week, and they both came from the heavens to me, where I was actively searching trades. Again, I was rolling. I was deciding to roll with Burrow. I got this Murray asset that I felt like I get a good return for, provided Burrow stays healthy, of course. And I'm trying to work these trades, and then Danny just comes out of the blue, out of nowhere, dude, Najee for Murray, and I was like, nah, but how about White? And there it goes. And then same thing, Dante. As soon as Burrow went down, Dante's like, hey man, how about Gibbs? I was like, well, it's gonna cost. He's like, I got you, and he offered these three stud players for my one mega stud player, and it was to me it was a smash accept. I could not deny that. But if you look at what happened with these trades, I think Danny got a good end of the deal here because Kyler Murray has scored his 20-point average, and uh, White had a good game though, but it didn't, and it did better than Najee Harris. So it's a bit of a wash there actually. And then with Dante, the three guys that I got outscored Gibbs by a mile.
Okay.
So I would have obviously I prefer to have Gibbs over Connor, but Connor's going to give me a solid floor. But it's not about Connor; it's about what Tua and Puka Nakua are going to do.
So you got a lot of airtime on the show so far, so I'm going to focus on these guys for right now, and say this about Danny. In the grand scheme of things, getting Kyler Murray for Rachaad White sounds like a great deal.
Great.
But when you put it into context that he has Justin Fields back, and Justin Fields, when healthy, is a top 5 fantasy quarterback, the timing of it all made no sense. Like, absolutely zero sense. So I think I would love to have Danny explain the move. I haven't had a chance to talk to Danny and explain the move. I get why you did it. You couldn't tell the future that Burrow was going to, we already saw what happened. But for Danny, it's like, like Justin Fields, real life quarterback, a different conversation. Justin Fields, fantasy quarterback, no question necessary. The dude is a points fucking machine. So now, Kyler put up 20, but so did Fields in his first game back. And now I'm like, so what do you do every week now?
Well,
like now
on.
Danny has this.
You got to ask yourself what the fluke factor is in Danny's mind, because he might have very well known that Justin Fields is going to be back and in action. And if that's the case, what kind of trade bait is that going to be? Now, it doesn't matter at this point because he's winning that trade. But, if you're Danny and you're trying to rationalize his trade, let's call it incentive or his motive, then, Danny was just trying to fucking eke out a goddamn win. And I've been saying this for a long time. Danny has this weird fucking thing. I don't know what it is, but he just crawls out of the fucking bucket. And he did it at your expense right now, Samson, because he got the better end of that deal. I understand completely that Samson was actually a little bit more tactical. Samson, you were actually a little bit more tactical in that trade, and it just happened. The ball fucking fumbled his way. But now, if you're Danny, like, I don't know, maybe you're back in the game. Maybe you're back on a low key little fucking. I haven't seen his schedule for the next few games, but he might be able to eke out a few wins and just climb to the top.
I don't see how he got the better end of the deal, but to Patty's point, the question as to why he decided to pull the trigger, at the point that we were having this conversation, Justin Fields wasn't a lock to return. He wasn't guaranteed. There was no talk. There was talks about him possibly returning this week.
You guys should read sixscore.com. It was a lock.
It was a lock on Six.
Oh, it was easily a lock. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What I had read is that he wasn't yet. Probably Danny read the same thing. He didn't have the right references to look at. But I did see that. I said he has Justin Fields.
Did you see the press conference where the coach says, the coach literally said, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, it's like, Justin Fields is questionable, but he will start for us on Sunday. It's like, what? He literally said, Justin Fields questionable, but he will start for us on Sunday. So
I feel like there's been a number of fuckeries afoot around their injury disclosures and shit.
I think for you, Samson, at the time, the trade made sense at the time. Yeah. I don't know what your other trade packages look like that were coming your way, but I will say Rachaad White is a top 10 running back, and you'd be like, what does that mean? But if you look at his last 6-7 weeks, I think, if I remember correctly, it's been 15 points a game minimum. So right when he's getting in the flow, that's why I was like, I don't know why Danny did it, because Rashad White's finally doing something. And that you're stuck with playing both Jalen Warren and Najee Harris going forward. And we already saw what happened this week, where Najee's already fucking throwing a little tantrum in the locker room after a win or after a loss, because he still got like 15 carries and he's still bitching about it. Like Jalen Warren only got, I believe, like 5 carries. We just had a big run touchdown. So on Danny's side, it didn't make a lot of sense for me. So that's why I was saying, like, for you, I don't think
that there's a ceiling.
A ceiling for Rashad White.
No, he sees that there's a ceiling for Kyler Murray.
Mm-hmm.
He sees that there's going to be an upside on Kyler Murray, as opposed to a questionable kind of like getting tailored back into the game Justin Fields. And he just saw that it was going to eke out maybe a win. Now, is Danny paying attention to his schedule? Is Danny paying attention to who he's going to be playing and what some of the pitfalls on his opponent are going to be? Like, that might be a factor too. All I'm saying is that I think Samson, and I'll echo you, Patty, it was a good trade. Sam's, it was great. It was a great trade on your end. Just didn't work out from a head-to-head component for each of you respectively. Just didn't work out for you. But that's whatever.
Well, from a hindsight perspective, it doesn't, right? If
Yeah.
I know Burrow goes down, obviously I don't make that trade.
100%.
Hindsight,
Right.
I would be able to keep Gibbs and Kyler Murray with Burrow down, and I'd feel just as good. But I honestly feel a little bit better. I feel like my team is a little bit stronger with my current lineup than it used to be. But we'll see. We'll have to
I mean,
see
for the record, we did ask you if you would play Kyler Murray before Burrow, and you said no. You said you'd play Burrow. So look,
Correct.
you're executing your game plan. So that's fine.
This week, I did have every intention of playing Murray over Burrow this week, and I had him in my lineup when Danny came and asked me for him. I was going to actually play him this week, even though I said I wasn't. I had changed my mind. But anyway, enough about me and the trade.
Well, someone that I'm sure wants to make, I don't know if he wants to make a PowerPoint, but I'm sure this next matchup, the 5-6 bowl between Ass Level now 2, because he did change his name again, beats New Boot Goffing 118-76 essentially. Now here's a man who's got some stuff to get off his team. My man Oscar has been trying to sell either Jared Goff or CJ Stroud for a while. And if you look at his bench, or if you look at his current situation, Kenneth Walker will not be playing Thanksgiving. Breaking news if you don't know that, Oscar. Also, he's got Sam Laporta that he traded for, I believe, this year. And he's on his bench. So he has no room to play 2 tight ends, no room to play 2 quarterbacks, because he's going to roll, obviously, with Diggs, Chase. Oh, what do you have in Jamar Chase?
I don't know if you roll with Diggs. I don't know if you roll with Diggs.
Do you roll with Chase? Like, I don't know what the hell Browning's going to do for the Bengals now. So I'm sure if Oscar is watching, which I see you commented, I'm sure he would love for people to hit him up and trade a quarterback and trade a tight end, or maybe trade a wide receiver.
Don't do it. I tried to negotiate with this man. He's unnegotiable.
Because right now, he is starting running backs. Let me look at his bench, see if I'm missing. Yep, his starting running backs.
Nope,
Kenneth Walker hurt Thursday. He ain't playing. And Kareem Hunt, who is not going to be the guy with Jerome Ford. They're just going to split the whole time. So that is where Oscar's situation's at. He is now 5-6, 76 points this week. And Ass Level has now reached a 2. I don't know how the name change works, but there you go, boys. Both of them now 5-6.
Well, I play Oscar, so don't do anything that's going to help him.
What are their points final? Let's take a look at that, because
Trevor Lawrence had a big bounce back game. That was been a big discussion on this show. Trevor Lawrence, who gave it to everybody but my fucking guys in Christian Kirk and Travis Etienne, whatever we're going with. He had a big game. Austin Eckler was terrible, fumbling in the red zone. I also saw a play of his. I didn't watch the game where he was running down the sideline, and it looked like me and Oscar running down the fucking sideline. Like, when did Austin Eckler get so fucking slow? So slow. But then you look at the rest of his team. Mixon had a good game. DJ Moore had a good game. and DK Metcalf had a good game. Richards is a very hot and cold team, very boomer bust team, but he sits at 5-6. So his ass level is only 2 now. So if he goes to 500, does he remove all ass levels?
He's happy to be there. Like, he's just happy to be there. He was just so fucking, it's raining fire since week 1 that the fact that he's even here is just like, it's a win for him. So
Yeah.
his ass level being 2 as opposed to being 12 is a win for him. Oscar's the guy that has tasted a little bit of an upward trajectory. I think that Kenneth Walker is particularly painful.
That's
honestly.
tough. That's tough. That's tough because we all know that when you don't have running backs and you lose like a good one, like you're just kind of fucked for a while. Like what are you gonna do? There's nobody to pick up in the waiver wire. I don't know when the trade deadline is, but I know that's coming up soon. And you just are kind of fucked, man. You got to play Ezekiel Elliott now, unless he's on a bye week, which I got to check. So
I offered this man a solution. Obviously, hindsight 2020, but I had a solution for him. I painted the picture for him. He didn't want to take it. He thought he could gamble it.
Yeah. Well, they're both 5-6. We'll see what happens moving forward. We move on, Jeff, to yourself. Is that 2 in a row now?
What up, baby?
2 in a row. A very close victory for J-Lo, 119.85 over the brother-in-law. Team V-Rod, 113.71. When you look at it and you look at your running backs, you're like, how'd you do it? But then you look at your receivers, you're like, oh, that's how you did it. Good job. Talk us about your win. Talk to us about it.
Dude. Hey, man, I'm happy about it, dude. It's not a V thing. It's just a win thing. Like, I'm glad that I got those extra. Every win right now with my points accumulated counts. Like, at the very end of the day, that's what's going to really potentially be the make or break. I've said it from the beginning. I have a good team. It's been my fault to shit that roster bench ratio. But Keenan Allen came up and say what you want about the Chargers. Sorry, Alex, but Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, they've had a connection. He played through it. Keaton Mitchell, honestly, on Thursday night, I thought was going to kind of do something. He didn't do something. I'm believing in him this next week. But what do you want me to say? Jameis Winston's back. I think that's an Olave upgrade. So there
you survived
go.
your Saints. You survived your Saints bye week.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And by the way, winning.
Mine's coming up next week. Bills and Vikings bye week. That's a big fat L for me. So.
Well, you might think that. I thought this was going to be an L for me, dude. I honestly did. And whatever. It came out. I substituted a good defense. I looked at the matchup. I analyzed it, and it worked. It worked my way. Victor really had a very good chance to squeak out the win, but the Chiefs didn't show up, dude. They just didn't show up.
Well, hey, if I'm Oscar, I'm also looking at Victor's team now. All of a sudden, it looks a little juicy on the bench, and Oscar's not going to bench any of his. Victor's not going to bench any of his Cowboys. But if Oscar needs a quick fix, V's got AJ Dillon and Charbonnet on the bench. So,
Charbonnet is not going to, unless Oscar has some real ammunition and trade bait. I don't think Charbonnet is going to Oscar. I mean, if I'm B and he has his eyes set on either one, having Oscar beat me because he's a little bitter, or he really does see some real upgrade potential. I mean, go ahead. What is Oscar working with to get Charbonnet, who's the clear number 1 right now?
Well, I think that the names that Oscar have, he probably thinks they're worth more than Charbonnet alone. Like, I don't think there's a one-on-one trade there.
I agree.
Because Oscar's names are sexy, right? Like, if you're looking at the fantasy world, you're like, oh, those are sexy names.
I agree.
But if you're desperate, you might have to do a Rashad White for Kyler Murray kind of thing. You might, you might have to do a 1-for-1 if you're down, because I guarantee you, if Oscar comes to V and he's like, hey, Diggs for Charbonnet, that's kind of hard to turn down. Production aside, and issues aside.
Not really, because Diggs is very unpredictable right now. He's on a downward slope. Like, if you're V and you say, all right, yeah, well, Jeff beat me by a fucking ass hair, and he
Yeah.
really does believe in his team, which is good, by the way. Why would you do that? Why would you? I mean,
Right.
you entertain it all day, but like
Well,
Diggs
because you would go
hasn't
from
shown a lot of. Go
but
ahead.
you would
It's
go
Stephon
to Diggs
Diggs.
from Terry McLaurin, dude. Like, I'd much rather take my chances with Stephon Diggs and Terry McLaurin on a week-to-week basis to give up a running back that I'm not even going to play probably ever after when Kenneth Walker
Okay.
comes back.
All right, fair enough. But
100%.
ask yourself,
Yeah.
if you're Oscar, you're taking Terry McLaurin for Stephon Diggs. If you're Oscar,
Like a 2-for-1?
well, who are you adding? And then that extra ad, what is it doing to your overall roster?
Yeah.
And is it worth it? Like, you gotta, I don't know. I mean, I don't have an
Yeah.
answer to that. I'm just saying, like,
Who are you playing
you
this
gotta
week?
look at. I'm playing Oscar. All right.
I can't tell.
This is my PowerPoint. This is my PowerPoint presentation in real time.
I'm
I
just
got a
here to call
PowerPoint.
it down the middle, guys. I'm just here to call it down the middle. I'm throwing things out there, and the three of us, we get the chance to talk shit publicly. But I think I got to call it down the middle right here. I'm just saying, if I'm Oscar and I'm Victor, there's a deal to be made here. Now, not everybody on Let's Make a Deal comes out a winner. So that's all I'm saying.
Mhm. I
That's
mean,
all I'm saying.
I agree. I agree with you, but Oscar is also a very difficult person to trade with. I'd say. Nice little thumbs up there. See the slander.
Yeah.
You see the slander.
Yeah. This, by the way, for
He
me, it's
like you said,
fucking
the
wild.
60. Whoa, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
have a new laptop, so like my hand movements, it does it automatically. Like if I go
Oh,
like
really?
this, look at this. Like I didn't program this shit. I don't know how to
That's
turn this
AI,
off.
baby.
It happens on the radio show all the time.
Nice.
Like I don't really like, and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. So it's
Hey,
just
by the
like,
way, hey, by the way, I want to make one thing clear. Out of everybody that I've played this season, Oscar's like the most, like, I don't mind losing to Oscar. Like, I love playing Oscar. And his team is good, and we're tied, so it's a juicy matchup.
it is a juicy matchup.
I'm gonna do what I need to do in this league to sabotage anything that's gonna help him, but it's not malicious. If it was somebody else, it might be a little bit more malicious. So, Oscar, go you, man. I just want a good game, but I'm not even kidding. I don't know if the trade bait is there, and if you're gonna do a 2-for-1 with V, just because you brought him up, I don't know. I don't know if V needs it.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
listen,
Well,
the sexy names that Patty you're referencing on Oscar's team are actually what complicates these trades because it makes Oscar value these players a lot more than they might be at face value. But that can help you because on the flip side, the other person might see the value the same as you. But
yeah.
just the sexy names alone add to the trade bait value, I'd say.
Well, let's keep going because I know Samson's got to run in like 10 minutes. So let's wrap this shit up. We go on to El Profe. He's now 5-6, coming back up into that playoff hunt. He takes down Los Eyebrows, which makes me first place again. Shout out to you, El Profe. 112.7 to 105.4. On the chess side, Josh Jacobs had a bad game. Jalen Waddle had a whatever game. His kicker didn't do shit. And on the other side, it looked like Jalen Hurts wasn't going to do a damn thing all night last night. And then he gets classic Jalen Hurts, 2 push touchdowns, gets Stable to win. Now 5-6, Chet 8-3.
Fuck
No
Chet.
comment on either one. Who does Chet?
Well,
Chet lost a quarterback, right? And now he was forced to play Brock. Who did Chet lose? I feel like Chet was playing someone early on, and then he went out for the season. I could be wrong there. Did he have Kirk Cousins, or was that Adon?
Adon had Kirk Cousins.
Okay, let me
look,
see.
you and Chet.
Richardson.
You and Chet are number
Anthony
1 and number
Richardson.
2, right?
Richardson, that's right.
You and Chet are
Yes.
number 1 and number 2.
Yes.
Chet's good. I mean, Chet's gonna make it into the playoffs. I think you're gonna make it into the playoffs. Other than wanting every single, I just want one thing. I won't be too malicious. I just want McCaffrey to take a step back. I want him to roll an ankle, not break it, just roll an ankle. And yeah, like Chet's gonna make it in. He's too good, and his record's too good right now. But yeah, just McCaffrey roll an ankle helps me. Everything goes to fucking Ayuk. And as far as Chet's concerned, as much as I like to hate on him, he's good. I have nothing to say other
Yeah.
than he's gonna roll into the playoffs. Patty, you're gonna roll into the playoffs. The
Mhm.
tension point is not with you guys right now. It's not the top three. I don't give a fuck about your guys' team.
Well, we play each other this
Everything-
week too. So
Whatever. Like that's for you and Chad to get excited about. But you guys are both going in, and you guys are both being all right. Think about from fucking number 4 below. That's where the real fucking the pressure cooker is. That's where everyone's really scared and shaking in their boots. You guys are coasting. You guys can crack open
Yes.
that one beer that AJ's talking about. You guys can fucking
Mhm.
even enjoy it together. Have fun watching your football. The nerves aren't there.
Absolutely. Because right now it's appropriate to look at the playoff standings. I know we only look at the beer bitch standings here, but now it's actually appropriate because you're kind of almost there. Like if you look at me, I'm 9-2, and right now the 7. How many dudes make it in? 6 seed AJ. So AJ 6-5. So mathematically, he can only tie my wins. So like I'm pretty much locked into the playoffs. I now, like you said, me and Che, we're battling because we want the bye week. It's a free week of football. Why the fuck not? What I want a bye week, in which right now we do. So big game this week.
You
I
saw
don't
the
think I'm going to get
asterisk,
Justin.
right?
Yeah,
You're not
Make
getting
sure-
JJ.
You have
Not
an
getting JJ
asterisk
back.
next to your name
I do. Why? What happened? What did I do?
because you clinched. You clinched the playoffs.
Oh, I don't see no asterisk next to my name.
Commissioner Perks.
It's I think it might be only on mobile.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mobile's a lot different and better. Well, the 1 seed curse. I don't want the 1. I want the 2 because the 1 seed
Yeah.
doesn't win in this league. And I'm gonna lose this. I don't know if I'm gonna lose or win this week. Oh, is there an asterisk there? Okay,
You see it?
sweet. Awesome. See?
JJ's not coming back for you, dude, because JJ
So
doesn't
week
give a
14,
fuck
right?
about fantasy football. He gives a
Well,
fuck about his
JJ
health.
is not coming back this week because they got a bye week next week, and then he'll be back for the playoffs when I roll through and fuck everybody up. Hopefully.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hopefully.
you did clinch. You did
Okay,
clinch.
sir.
I did
Okay.
clinch. I
Sirs.
do play Chad this week. It's a big game. And then next week I have a ton of bye weeks. So I'm probably going to lose that game. But I also play Danny next week. Diego next week. So maybe not. We'll see.
I hate that I have to leave this conversation because I love talking fantasy and love kicking it with you guys. But I got to bounce. You guys speak
We'll finish
nicely
it
of me,
off
please.
because
Few
we're
more
almost
minutes.
there.
Few more minutes. Let's go.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
we're almost there.
Love you guys.
Because
Love you.
Adios. Enjoy soccer practice. Hopefully Leo's better than your fantasy football team.
Oh, by far.
Can't be worse. We'll wrap up with my game. I beat AJ, and AJ lamented very much so Garrett Wilson's performance this week of -0.1. He said if he would have done anything, it could have been competitive. And he's true. Maybe if Mark Andrews didn't break his ankle, probably competitive. He probably wins, maybe.
Wow. Yeah, it was just crazy.
Yeah. And I wonder now, Mr. Tinker, does Mr. Tinker call Oscar and try to get a tight end back?
Yeah, for sure.
Does he try and get his Laporta guy back?
Well, who's available? There's no tight ends. It was already a thin league, and you just lost the one of the 2 guys that you already had. You traded off the other guy because you had full confidence in Andrews. That motherfucker left with an ankle snap. So what do? Like you either have to have a complete you have to have complete confidence in any other position, or you need to start to throw a little bit of some few Hail Marys because AJ's back in the mix. That's the thing. The thing is, it's not trying to keep your head above water. He's trying to go
he's in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, exactly. So yes, I think you do.
I think that I have a tight end if you want to call me AJ. I think that there's plenty of. I think Oscar's got one if you want to call Oscar. I think that, but you got to do something, or unless you're going to roll with who's on his bench right now, Okonkwo from Tennessee, who put up a whopping 1.6 points this week on an offense that. Are you really going to trust the Tennessee Titans and Will Levis going forward? I don't know.
Nope.
But when you click on his name, Chigoziem Okonkwo. Disappointing season continues. Like, are you gonna roll with that guy for the rest of the season? Or are you gonna be the tinkerer that you are, sir?
AJ, come tinker, bro. I got Luke Musgrave. Yeah, he's dealing with a little bit of things here and there, but he's been okay. And I'm a Saints fan, so I'm gonna roll with a little bit of Taysom Hill. If he puts something up this week, then come talk to your boy. But yeah, if I'm AJ if I'm AJ, I'm thinking about it because you're in that weird Goldilocks range where you still need to give a fuck. It's not
Yeah.
about survival, it's about making it now. And yeah, dude, like that's a big one for AJ. And so he's all right if he plays his cards right.
If he plays his cards right. But we shall see. My Chug video didn't come through. I was ready to play it.
Come
I got to
on,
do this
motherfucker,
again.
let's go.
Give me one.
Do
Give
it.
me 1 second.
Why don't you do it
Doing it
live?
as you want to see me record. You want to see me edit video live?
Nope. I said,
No, I got
why
it.
don't you chug live? And just
I already,
forego
dude.
it.
My liver's like, can we stop, please? Like,
Mr.
can we
Vegas.
stop? What I fucking Vegas, man. I loved it. Here is the chugs of the week.
Chugs of the week.
Here we go. Starting off with Alex, who had to chug. He's the chugging king of the show.
Oh my God, he's the master. He's the master.
I came up with the, what did I say? The chuggies at the end of the year
Look
awards.
at
Wow.
you, Shuey. Hey, somebody said that it needed to be somebody else's shoe. I'm gonna go ahead and allow it. This is the first Shuey in the league. I think it's the shit.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Dude. I found that fucking shoe at the MGM Grand souvenir shop, and I just had an old fashioned in my hand, and I saw the shoe, and I fucking bought it, and I got a tall can to throw in it, and I was like, I got to do a shoey right now, which I got to do.
Beautiful.
This is AJ.
Did AJ just bite jerky afterwards?
It looked like a piece of like burger or cake or something.
God.
It's all over his face. And I don't know why he had to chug twice. Do you know why he had to chug twice? Did I miss?
No, I think it's just one out of just pure.
Just
I don't know.
AJ
I
being
feel like
AJ.
we've had some flexing moments this season, which, by the way, I'm very proud of. I think everybody should have flexing moments. Some guys have just chugged for the sake of chugging. You included, Patty. We've just chugged for the sake of fucking loosening it up around the office. But maybe this is what it is. Go AJ.
Oh, he had to chug for the Broncos losing. By the way, awful. And Garrett Wilson's negative points.
Yeah.
There you go. And I don't even know why why did Oscar have to chug? I don't know. But I don't ask these questions.
Low scorer. Wasn't he the low scorer?
Oh, was he the low scorer of the week?
Yeah. And he took a break. You see that? High noon.
Yeah. Yep. By the way, I had my fair share of high noons this week. Not gonna lie. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Shut the fuck up.
It was good.
Right now. Shut up. You went from a fucking shoey, which I applauded you for, to the comment, I love high noons. Shut the fuck up.
I said I enjoyed them.
Fair enough.
I
love you.
Since Samson's gone, my waiver wire pickup of the week.
Go ahead.
The Tennessee Titans defense against the Carolina Panthers.
Oh,
please,
my God. Jesus Christ. Is this going to do anything, bro?
No, they're not. No, are you at the Milk Bar in North Park?
No, I'm about to head into Red Wings right now.
Oh.
Yeah,
what's going on at Red Wings right now?
I'm meeting a buddy. I was at Crazy Burger, and Chad swung by for a pint, and I'm about to meet a buddy right here at Red Wings and see what's going on, dude. Maybe a little karaoke. Right. I don't know.
Oh, well, that is today's podcast. Jeff, enjoy yourself at Red Wings. Maybe you should chug a high noon. See how you like it.
There's no high noons there. It's a fucking establishment with some class.
That's true. That's true. All right, everybody. We out of here. Bye.
Fucking love you guys. Bye.